Hey everybody, so I am just going to set up my Stalogy. I have this kit from DEK Designs. It's like a Hobonichi kit and I really like it. I think it's really pretty and it has all of the beautiful gold foil, and I also have the number dots, and I've got all these little functional work stickers, flags. I have some deco in here as well. And these are all with the beautiful gold foil. I just love her kits. Look how sparkly they are. I also have half boxes here and some quarter boxes. And I have some trackers and some checklists, as well as some script here. I've got little thing headers, and I have glitter headers, the weekend banner, some more flags, date covers, washi, and some functionals there. So what I'm gonna do first is I am going to create my columns for the week. Typically, this is what they look like. I just count out the spaces, and it's 8 boxes across. And then, so there's 2 columns first, then I count 8 over, then there's 3 columns that I leave blank, start my next line, and that's another 8 boxes over, and I leave 2 on the end. And that's just how I do it. And I do mine a week on 4 pages. So I've got like my sidebar here, then I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I like the weekend to be together, so that's why I do it that way. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to use a Tombow, and I usually like to find a Tombow that kind of matches the colors in the kit. So I think that I am going to use number 942. I think I'm going to use this one. It's kind of like a taupey, or it's more like a creamy. I think it'll just go well with this kit coloration. So we'll find out. And I don't mind if it's light. That's fine with me. Typically, I prefer that because I like the way when the boxes are kind of floating, that idea that they're floating, I like that. So I'm gonna move this to the side here, and I am going to start out drawing them. So typically, let's see, so I've got 2 here. I'm gonna place my ruler down like that, and then I'm just going to lightly draw my line. Perfect. So I know that the ends are always 2. There are 2 columns. Like that. And I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I know this is where my line will go, right here on the 8th square. And then I'm going to leave 3, and I'm going to do my line on that 3rd one for my next column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just making sure it's correct. I've made a mistake before. All right, so that's what it kind of looks like, and then I come in and I will close these out at the end. So come over here and do this one. I used to think that this was going to be really annoying and that I wasn't going to want to do it, but oddly enough, I don't really mind. I do have a tip-in that I used to do. I think I still will do it. It's just, I feel like that's best for when you're doing a half year because it's so thin and it's got more room to grow. So if you do add that, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you do add it in, it's okay. But when you have these 365 pages ones, it adds too much bulk. And I like the planner to be chunky, don't get me wrong. It's just I don't like it when it's super obnoxious to keep open to write in and stuff. And I know you can do the trick where you flip it over, but it's just not ideal. I don't know. I just feel that I like that best. So this time I decided to draw them in and try that out and see how I feel about it. And to be honest, I don't mind it. I really don't mind it. Kind of like it. It's kind of fun, something to do. Plus, it's kind of fun to coordinate the colors. Now, don't confuse that with me not preferring the tip-in, because I do really like that insert. And I have gotten asked a lot where that's from, or it was a kit. Well, actually, it was a weekly printable that Jasenia Printables offered in her shop back in, I think it was 2018. She only did it for like the one release, and I went back to buy it again, and I messaged her because I was like, I don't see this anymore. And she's like, yeah, it didn't do so great. So she just kind of got rid of it. So I was bummed out because I really liked it. But I guess because it was kind of a hassle, maybe that's why people didn't want, because you had to do it on legal paper. And because it's a long printout, and then it's got a flap that folds over, so you need the longer paper if you want to keep the columns the same width. And you know, so when I got the Stalogy, I was like, man, that would be so great if I could just tip in a weekly spread that I could just fill in, because I loved the Stalogy when I started it. It was during COVID, and I was feeling kind of like I need something to do, something new and different and fresh, and we can't leave anyway, so I need something that's forgiving, where I won't feel like crap if I didn't finish the whole week, you know? Like, I don't want to feel like I wasted it. And so yeah, that's what I did. I got the Stalogy, I ordered it, and I was really excited because Dakshina does some really cool ways of using hers. It's just really fat, full of things, and I was just like, wow, I want to try that. It looks like fun to flip through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. If I'm going too fast on this, I mean, it's really not, it doesn't use a lot of brain cells, but I've just been doing it for quite a few months now that I'm sort of used to it. So basically, like I said, you just count 8 boxes across, and that'll let the regular box, the full boxes, fit in here. They won't be exactly perfect unless you scoot in just a little bit more than the box itself when you're outlining it, but I don't mind. So it's 2 columns, or I guess we'll do boxes. 2 boxes, then there's 8 boxes, then 3 boxes, 8 boxes, and then 2 boxes. So the outer ones are always 2 boxes, and once you count 8 over, in the middle you'll always have 3 boxes separating. That's how I do the week on 4 pages. And then yes, I could use a ruler for this. I'm not really one of those people that needs everything to be super perfect. Sometimes I do. I mean, it just depends on your mood, right? But since it's more of like I'm drawing this stuff in, I don't mind a little freehand here and there. So anyway, so that's kind of what I've been doing. All right, so now I'm done with that. This is finished. I don't need this anymore. Now I have my week on 4 pages. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and start setting up the skeleton of the week with these. Let's see. I dropped my numbers. Hold on a second. Okay. So typically what I like to do first, I really liked how Nikki Plus 3 would plan. She always did this in a way where, you know, you could see what she was doing, and if she didn't have anything to do, she'd put a full box down and continue on, you know, and then maybe up here she didn't do anything that morning, so she put a full box down there, and she'd kind of, I love that. But because I'm a student right now and I don't have a lot of things that I'm doing like that, I am just gonna do it a plain old, putting the full boxes in the middle here to separate my morning and evening, and then the sidebar. So I'm gonna do it that way first, and I have 9 boxes here, and I know for sure that I want to use these on the weekend because they're together, and I always like doing those on the weekend. And then I need to find out which one is gonna set the mood for the whole week for me. And I think the one with the bed, actually no, I'm gonna use the plant, because I think that will set the whole boho theme. So I'm gonna use this first, and I'm gonna put it up here. Turn this just a tad. I know it's a little bit, I'm used to everyone moving their planner around and planning how they want to, but you know, sometimes it's a little harder for people to watch. Okay, so that one's gonna go there. And then typically I don't like to think about this too much. I'll usually just go with however they've got it set up in here, unless I don't like a certain box. My least favorite boxes, I usually pull those aside or leave them on the paper really, and I use them during the journaling pages. If you hear smacking, breaking, cracking and all that, I have a puppy in the background and she's chewing on a bone, so if it's distracting, annoying, or frustrating, I'm sorry. All right, so yeah, I usually like to, that's what I like to do. I like to put these down. I don't really worry about how much they're centered. I'm sorry if that bothers you. I know that some people are more particular. But, you know, the whole thing with planning is you do what makes you feel good. Sometimes I do want it to be in the middle and I'm very like, it needs to be perfect. And other times I'm just living the moment. So it's just different for everybody. Okay, I'm gonna do this plant next. And then I will do the hand picture. And this is my very first video, so I am so sorry if it's not the best. But I decided that I wanted to partake because I love watching Plan With Me's. I like it. I really enjoy it. I enjoy it when people are chatting and talking, and I feel like I'm not by myself planning. I like to look up every now and then and see really cool ideas that they do in their planners. And, you know, I've been there. I've done traveler notebooks. I've done the ring planners, ring bound. I've done the coiled planners. I've done them all. And to be honest, I was a B16 girl. That was me all the way. No one could tell me any different. It was my favorite. And I have so many Pella Studio, like, actual leathers that I purchased because I was so obsessed with it. But, you know, at the end of the day, I always felt like all the inserts were missing something, you know? Like, I would always be like, oh man, yes, I've got my monthly and I've got my weekly, and then I've got all these other inserts that they look so pretty and you want to buy them. Like, oh, there's one for my passwords, there's one for notes, there's also one for me to track my mood, oh, what I'm reading, and you know, it just was so many inserts, and you know, you have to try to move them around, and I was always lacking having one structural thing that I could change on a whim with whatever mood I was in. And so whenever I tried this, I was like, oh my gosh, totally, that is what I need. That's what I need. So, all right, let's see. Today is Father's Day, so it's the 19th. So I'm going to be setting up from 20 through the 26th. So we're going to put the numbers down here. Oops. Well, it got stuck, didn't it? Okay. So, yeah, so that's really much, that's how I feel about it. And then I'm just going to put the numbers here. Some people are particular. I don't know. It depends on how much room I have. I'll put them on the front, or sometimes I'll put it on the back, or on the end, I should say, not the back. But I used to not really care for clear stickers, but I definitely appreciate them more now that I've been doing this for a few years. I've been planning for about 6 years now. I find it very therapeutic. I developed anxiety. I went through some bullying and all this other stuff while I was in school, and just a lot of things that kind of affect you and hit you when you're older. You know, as you get older, things that didn't matter before kind of do now, and I guess it seasoned my soul just a little bit. So I stumbled one day on accident upon a planning video, and I was like, what is this magic? I must do it. To be fair, when I was dating my husband, I used to journal in a regular notebook, and I used to take a lot of pictures with my Kodak camera. I was so proud of that camera. I loved it so much. It was amazing. But I used to print out all the pictures on regular copy paper, and then I would, you know, glue them down to the notebook. I would journal things in there, write about my friends or what we did, or a fight if I had one with my boyfriend or with a friend, or, you know, when you're young and you drink and all that and you just go party and there's always drama, and things that make your adult, you know, your young adult life kind of dramatic, I guess, if you want to say. And so I had all that kind of stuff, and I really enjoyed it. And they used to have scrapbooking stickers at Walmart, and so I would go there and just get those. And they're puffy, right? Because that's what scrapbooking was. But for my journal, it wasn't the best. So I've always enjoyed that, and finding an outlet where you can use stickers to basically track your life, and it was just definitely something I was interested in. I really enjoyed that. So this part is where I would normally do the washi, but I'm gonna skip that for now, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my sidebar. I like to track exercise. My husband and I like to go and work out, try to be a little healthier. It's very easy to be unhealthy, especially for me. My genes are just not the best, I guess. So I like to set up my sidebar typically the same. I don't change too much on it. It's usually just I track my exercise and then any vitamins or medications that I take. And yeah. All right, so I want to use, I think I want to use a, let's see, I thought I had a workout one. Oh, I did this wrong. This doesn't go here. I typically track my meals there. This is for my meals. So basically for my meals, it's not like I have something special that I'm eating, although I should probably do so. I track there like if whatever I'm cooking that week, I just track it in there so that, you know, I know what I'm eating or what's going on. What did we eat that day or that week, so that I don't repeat too much. Sometimes, you know, you get in such a hurry with life and you totally forget, oh, I know how to make this, or oh my gosh, I haven't had that in a while. And so that's what happens. I decided to keep track of everything so I can kind of help myself to not bore my husband with the same, you know, 3 meals or something like that. I can cook more than 3 meals, but you know, sometimes you get into a rut and you start cooking the same 3 meals. Or maybe I'm just talking for myself. Okay, so I'm going to put this black one down here, and I typically will fill this one out with my hand because I don't necessarily have something that's printed already for that. So I will just go ahead and put this down there. Put this washi strip, this little header, and I will put 2 of them just so it closes it off. I really like foil. It's just so pretty and it makes it so special. Adds a little sparkliness to it. Kind of livens up the page, I feel like. So yeah, I was saying earlier that I liked Dakshana's videos. She does really cool things with her Stalogy. I also really liked Robin from Talks from the Heart. I just love her personality, and I was going through a lot of anxiety, which was new to me, and I had no idea what the heck was going on. I thought I was dying, which if you have anxiety, you know that that's kind of how you feel. You feel like it's the anxiety, it's the brain lying to you, but it freaks you out because you're like, oh my God, I'm dying and no one cares or no one knows, or I don't know how to handle it. How do I stop it? You know, and I would listen to her. I would watch her videos on repeat just to get my mind off of the fact that I thought I was dying. My heart was freaking out. And so I found Dakshana on accident one day, just flipping on YouTube. And I was like, that looks so fun. It kind of woke up the younger version of me where I used to kind of do that with a regular journal. And she kept talking about how the paper was soft and thin and all that. And, you know, I grabbed my phone and I just kind of looked on Amazon just like, is it expensive or is it something doable? Like, because if it's too much. But it was really cheap. I mean, these planners are not that expensive. I think the first one I ever bought was $13. This one that I got now I think was $19, so they went up a little bit. I mean, it's not the, you know, the worst that could happen. I always love putting a weekend banner. I know it's like some people think it's dumb, but like I really like it. I don't know. I think it's cute. I really like doing that. Typically I would get, this is like a large flag. Let me show you. See? And I typically would put this down and then this, but since they're the same color, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna lay it down here. And I typically just try to put the K in the middle so it feels like it's centered. I don't overthink it too much because planning's supposed to be fun and functional. It shouldn't be stressful, you know? Anyone could stress themselves out. I don't need planning to be one more stress for me. Okay, so I need one tool. Give me a second here that I forgot to grab. And that weird noise is my wheels on my chair. When I move around, they sound weird. So don't be alarmed. Okay, let's get these. So now the thing is to decide which washi I want to use, because they're not gonna all fit. This black one would look really stunning on this front page, and I could always use the other one on the back because there's black there. Let's do that. Let's just do that. I would really like to use the black on all of it, but I don't think I'll have enough. The only way I would have enough is if I only do each column. And we could try that. Let's do that. We'll do it, why not? Okay, so what I typically do is I just place it down here like so. And then I do that number. I didn't cut the best, but you know, it's okay. All right, and then do I have enough here for this piece? I do, with just a little overhang. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to cut it this way though. I might need to use my slice tool. Let me grab that. I was definitely not prepared. Slice tool it is. Okay, I've got my slice tool and I've got my ruler. Let's do this. I don't know if I didn't cut it all the way through. Doesn't seem like it. I think I cut this kind of weird. Let's see. Okay, that's good enough. Let me see here. Yeah, that looks okay. I'm a little annoyed about this little piece right here not being, like it's missing, but I don't think you can tell too badly on camera. It's not a big deal though. Okay, so that's how that would look if I wanted to make it that way. And then we'll try with this black on this side. Let's turn this again and we'll add it here. So yeah, I was saying that Doxina has it where she uses it a certain way and she moves down the pages. Oh, I guess I didn't need that other tool. She moves down like what she's working on. She just kind of moves it over into the next, you know, on a tab or a sticky note, and just kind of goes that way. And that's cool. I have a different way that I like things. I still am a sucker for vertical planning columns. Jasenia got me into that and I just never left. So that's why I decided I would just draw my own, because I wanted to continue that. So my style is definitely different from everybody else's, but that's the fun, right? You get to create what you want you get to be yourself, and it's a creative outlet for you. So you just kind of do what works best and what you like. You're the one who has to look at this every day. So that's what I feel. So my personal use of this is I plan everything in here. I've got a school calendar. I do my weeklies in here. Okay, this is not working. I also journal in here. I do some daily in here when I need to keep track of things. Sometimes I just have lists and stuff. Just depends. And yeah, sometimes I'll put pictures in here too, just like I did previously, but I'll just print it on sticker paper, cut it, and put it in here. Okay, so this is my week set up, and I am going to fill it in as I go, and I will finish this week up here because this is what we're on now, and maybe I will film a flip through for you guys. But hopefully you enjoyed that, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.